Y'all, hey, welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for stopping by, y'all. It has been a crazy day already and we got a ton of stuff to do, but I tell you what, I'll tell you all about that as soon as you like this video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already and hit that notification bell so you can keep up with the shenanigans. Yeah, so as usual, we are on our way oot and a boot to run some errands. Y'all, PT is over. I know. This happened last week and we haven't been going for a while, but I still just kind of feel like, I don't know, it's the end of an era or something. So anyway, we're not going to PT today. We got to go get groceries. We got to pick up some things and I got to tell y'all some stuff. And first thing, straight out the gate, before we do anything else, I got to go get some gas because we are running on vapors. And if I run out of gas, the intern's going to kill me. So let me do that while we're chatting. But I got to tell y'all what happened. So I told you last week, I went to Katie and, she did some things and tested some stuff and was like, yeah, I'm done with you, but you're right, like you're favoring your right leg. Like your right, like gluteus medius, I think, you're not using that, so that's why your left side is all stressed and all those things happen. So she was telling me things that I needed to do to work that and not like overwork my left side. So I mentioned to her that both of my hamstrings had been hurting, like the backs of both of my legs had been hurting, like same amount, they were just hurting. So, and I said, I was putting heat on them and they would hurt for the same amount and then like they'd stop hurting at the same time. And she said, well, you know what that probably is because you're doing squats and deadlifts. Because remember, it was the deadlift that was making my hip feel better. The deadlift and the monkey face with my monkey face kettlebell was making my hip feel better. So, well, that's probably it. You're just not used to deadlifting, so it's just whatever. I was like, okay, so I'm just not used to like good muscle pain. Okay, I got you. So went on about my life. Well, it just kept getting worse. And so I would like, foam, and she was telling me like foam roller things to do to work that gluteus medius. So I was doing that and y'all, it was making like the backs of my legs were just screaming. So I was like, oh, well, this must be fixing whatever I'm doing wrong. And my like muscle cramps in the backs of my legs just kept getting worse and worse. So I was like using the Theragun, just beating the snot out of it, heat, ice, stretches, whatever, could not get it to relax. Well, then it just occurred to me day before yesterday that I was like, I wonder if I'm just dehydrated, if I'm not getting enough salt or something. And like, that's making it's literally just like muscle cramps. It's not like, no, you're not that cool. Your muscles don't hurt from working out. You're just freaking neglecting. And remember back when I was really working out and I was like, glowing a lot and I was drinking those noon like sports drinks and drinking Propel. Well, I had all that stuff at the house. I just wasn't drinking it because once I hurt my hip and had to start like easy working out, I wasn't sweating. So like, I was like, well, I don't need all that stuff anymore. So I had stopped drinking it. And then I guess I gradually started working out more and more. And now I've been lifting weights and my muscles are like, hello. So y'all, I'm exaggerating 0% when I say that yesterday, was it yesterday or day before? No, it was yesterday. Yesterday I drank so I have those little, it's like the little tubes, like the little packets of Propel and of Noon. And I mean, I probably did 8 of those yesterday. Well, each one is like, the Propels are 10% of your recommended daily allowance of sodium and the Noon ones are 15%. So I was like, we're going to kill this thing. So I drank all those. I ate 2 hot dogs, like real full-on hot dogs, not like turkey dogs, not like nothing, like full-on hot dogs. I was like, I'm going to get me some salt. So I started feeling better. Well, and the night before, y'all, the cramps were so bad when okay, let me say, I know people have real issues, and I say this all the time. I know people have real problems. I know there are things that people have wrong with them that cause them real pain. This is my issue. So like it had me up the night before, like I could not sleep, it hurt so bad. And then when I realized what it was, it still hurt and I felt like an idiot. So I was like, well, that's just an idiot tax. So anyway, it started feeling better yesterday, and then I was still having some cramps last night, but not as bad. And now, like today, I actually feel better. So I just dehydrated myself. So y'all, do not neglect your hydration. I know. And I drink enough water, but it's the salt. Because I put like a little bit of salt on my boiled eggs, but I don't get much salt in my diet at all. And I know that. I don't get much fat either. But we're working on the fat. I'm eating avocados and things. And even the little bit of salt I do normally get, I started eating or using that coconut aminos instead of, my camera like just looked away from me like, you are embarrassing. I know I am. And now my gas thing just came on and it beeped at me. So we going right to the gas station. But yeah, so I started using coconut aminos in place of soy sauce. So even that little bit of salt, which soy sauce is a lot of salt, but I don't use a lot of that. But yeah, so I'm gonna go back to using soy sauce on my avocados at least for a while until I get this thing under control. And then I'll go to like a normal amount of salt. Y'all, how funny is that? I like totally dehydrated. I probably look like a shriveled up prune and don't even realize it because I've been like gradually dehydrating myself. So I know, I am a mess. Don't worry, we are not doing a lesson today on like healthy ways to get sodium in your diet. We might do that one day, but today is not that day. So that's all I was like, oh my God, my friends are gonna laugh at me so hard when they hear this. But y'all, seriously, I was like in tears. It hurt so bad. Like I couldn't sit at my desk. Like it hurt so bad. It hurt to sit, I know. I was like, oh, I'm so strong. I lift so much weight so that I can't sit down. No, you are not that one little girl. So anyway, all right, let me get gas and I'll be right back. All right, the gas is gassing. I feel like y'all are looking over my head, but when I move stuff, things go wrong. So I'm just gonna leave it where it is. The gas is gassing, so let me tell y'all my plan. I think let's do this. I'm right at the Sam's, so let me run to the Sam's, get some stuff. I gotta go pick up groceries around town, and then let's go home and let's just talk about snacks. Because I feel like we haven't talked snacks in a while. And I need to make, well, one thing I have hamburger in the fridge. I got to make some meatballs. But y'all know that one. That's easy. That's just like mushed up meat with a little, like a tablespoon of breadcrumbs and some almond milk. Then pour that in, mush it up, put in some seasoning, put in some sauteed onions and peppers, mush it all up, scoop it out, and then stick it in the air fryer at 360 for like, 7, 8, 10 minutes. So that's easy. I'm going to do that. We won't do that together because we've done that so many times. But I have some ideas of what we might do together. So let me do that. Let me run around and get the groceries. Let's get back to the house. And then, we'll throw something together. I got to look. Oh, y'all. I just found a new kettlebell workout. I know. It didn't go so well for me last week doing a new kettlebell workout like with y'all for the first time. Like the first time I did it with y'all. But I have faith in this one because the music looks really good. So I know that's the measure of a good workout is if the music is good. So y'all quit judging me. So let me do that. I'm going to get my stuff. I'm going to go back to the house. I don't know if we'll talk first and then I'll work out, if I'll work out first and then we'll talk. But either way, I will see you back at the house and we'll get some stuff going.
You say I make you nervous, a tragedy, I'm a beautiful disaster, a reckoning, you wonder how I got this way. You think I'm someone to be saved, someone to clean up and tame. Oh, some things never change, You think I would look pretty on your arm once you cover up my bruises and battle scars, but it always ends the same. Can't bear the things I've had to face, got you crying on your knees in pain. Oh, some things never change, Oh, you'll break You're back to make me feel again. Suffocate to make me breathe again. Lose your mind from endless pain. Some things never change, never change. Oh, redemption never came. I stopped asking for forgiveness, cause you should know only fools tread with the angels. Fear to go, but you keep trying to get too close. Save myself by turning into stone. So save your judgment, cause you just don't know. But some things never change, never change. Oh,
Oh, y'all, I'm fully smoked after that workout. I was gonna stand over there in the kitchen and like show y'all this snack and that snack. And I told you, wait, we talked about, we were gonna talk about snacks, right? Did we talk? Yeah, we did talk about that. Okay, so I didn't just let that cat out of the bag. Anyway, I was gonna stand over there and show you this snack and that snack and like we can have this or we can have that. And then I was like, I'm tired. I almost went and posted up over there on the couch with the furry felons, but I was like, all right, we don't want to get too comfortable because I'm going to need to get up off of this chair and do some stuff. Well, still have to teach another class. And then we are going to do something together. So I was like, all right, I'm going to sit down, but I'm not going to get too comfortable. So I have a list, as always. So let's talk about, I've kind of honed my snack list. So it's not like all of our regular snacks. We have some of our staples on here, but I have some other ideas too. So let's talk about snacks. And this is, of course, focusing on healthy, low point, low calorie, high protein, high fiber snacks that are going to keep you going in between meals so that if you're snacking, you're not snacking on things that are going to ruin your diet. So let's talk about what we can eat. Y'all know one of my biggies is hummus. I always keep two kinds of hummus around. Well, I try to until I eat it all and then have to make more. But I keep a chocolate hummus and some kind of like vegetable dipping hummus. And I use my chocolate hummus when I eat fruit because that adds just a little bit of protein to whatever fruit snack I'm eating. It's more filling and it's delicious because it's real chocolate. So it kind of kills my sweet tooth and it fills me up and keeps me going and hopefully will keep me from snacking on other sweets around. So I keep hummus around. I'll link, I actually need to make, I know I always need to make hummus. I actually need to make hummus, but we seriously made hummus recently together. So I'm gonna link here videos for my chocolate hummus, which again, I use with fruit, but y'all, I will dip just about anything in chocolate hummus. I was eating chocolate hummus with graham crackers the other night. So pretty much anything I will put chocolate on, I will slather in chocolate hummus. So chocolate hummus, or I'll do a roasted red bell pepper hummus or sun-dried tomato hummus. Both of those are delicious. And I'll dip any kind of veg in those. So like carrot chips, celery, cucumbers, lots of things. Sometimes I'll even eat those on tortilla chips, just depending on how the day is going. So hummus is filling, it's easy, and we'll talk about my 0 Point ranch dip in a few minutes, but you can pair the hummus with 0 Point ranch dip as like a double dip, and it's really filling. I didn't say this before, both of those hummus varieties are 0 points. So each of them is 0 points, and the 0 Point ranch dip is 0 points. So if you do ranch dip with, okay, I wouldn't do ranch dip with chocolate hummus because that's gross, but ranch dip with the regular hummus on vegetables, very good, very filling, very 0 points. And the ranch dip is also protein because it's yogurt. So hummus, eggs. Y'all, when eggs went up so high in price, it broke my heart because I eat eggs all the time. I always have boiled eggs in the fridge. I eat at least 2. I've probably eaten 5 eggs today already. I eat at least 2 boiled eggs a day. I'm big on like bite-sized food. I keep those little like bite-sized little egg, I don't know what they're called, like egg muffins, egg bites, egg whatevers that we made. Did we make them last week? I keep those around. Those saved me yesterday. I mess up my schedule all the time, and I schedule myself like 5 or 6 hours straight in the morning with no break. So I had no break in between classes. So I just heated up some of those little egg bites and like took a little nibble here and there while I was teaching. Like when a kid was turned around, I'd take a little bite of egg. So those are fantastic to keep around. Mine, I think all the ones that I made were 0 points, but they're only as many points as the stuff you put in them. And I do like broccoli or bell peppers, onions, ground turkey, that kind of stuff in them. So it is 0 points. So I can eat a bunch of them if I want and not mess up my diet. So boiled eggs, little egg muffins. You can do a deviled egg with ranch dip in place of mayonnaise, 0 points. I was making boiled eggs the other night, which I still call them boiled eggs, even though I make them in the pressure cooker. But I was making eggs the other night and I was putting them in the pressure cooker and I dropped one like as I was setting it down, so it cracked just a little bit. So I ended up having a fried egg sandwich for dinner. So good. But so I just like fried up 2 eggs, threw it on some bread, egg sandwich for dinner. So yeah, I eat eggs all the time. But those are a great snack. And like I said, I am huge on bite-sized things because they're just easy. So those little bite-sized egg muffin things, meatballs, we talked about meatballs in the car. I keep meatballs around all the time. And I'll do ground beef meatball, ground chicken, ground turkey, any old kind of meat. And I use the same recipe. I forgot to tell y'all to put an egg in. When I was talking about making meatballs earlier, I thought about it when I was lifting weights. I was like, oh, I didn't tell them the egg. So I do like mushed up ground meat, an egg, a tablespoon of breadcrumbs with just enough unsweet almond milk to get it going. Throw that in. I saute my peppers and onions aside from that. Put that in, put in some seasoning, mush it up, stick it in the air fryer at 360 for, I don't know, 7, 8, 9 minutes, move it around, do it for a few more minutes. Bob's your uncle. Eat those for dinner, save the leftovers for snacks the next day. Perfect. Popcorn, of course, is one of my saving graces. Just plain old air-popped popcorn is 0 points. Now, there's lots of stuff you can put on popcorn. And y'all, we've talked about this before. Folks say that plain old, did I say air fried? No. Microwave popcorn. I know, air popped popcorn or microwave popcorn, 0 points. And people say it tastes like cardboard. I will eat big old bowls of just plain old microwave popcorn. Like not even the popcorn in a bag, but I have the thing from the Walmart that you put your own popcorn in, pop it. So like there's no flavor to it other than the popcorn flavor. I love it. So yeah, if it tastes like cardboard, I like cardboard. But there are also sprinkles or sprays you can put on them. Now, those add points. And if they say that they're 0 points, check the serving size, because the sprays that are 0 points are like 0 points for that much of a spray. Now, is it okay that they add points? Probably, because you can get a big old bucket of popcorn for 0 points, put a little bit of spray on it, add a point or two, and you've still got a big old snack for not many points. So, I'm a big fan of the popcorn arts. Also, nuts. I love nuts. We've talked about this before, so I keep these little snack bags around. I have 2 sizes because I'm fancy. I have this one, which is like half of a sandwich bag, and then this one, which is even less of a sandwich bag. Now, do you need 2 sizes of sandwich of like little snack bags? No, you don't, but I have them anyway. And I make my own single size servings of things because I'm fancy, but y'all, I'm not rich. So I'll buy like a big old thing of almonds and put 8 almonds in a little snack bag. Now you might be saying, if I want almonds, 8 almonds ain't gonna do nothing but piss me off. Well, you can do 8, you can do 16, you can do 10 bags and eat 80 almonds if you want to, but then you have the bags. So later when you're counting your points, you just count up your bags and you know how many points worth of almonds you ate, versus if you grab just a big old handful of almonds, shove them down your gullet and say, oh, that was about how many ever, you're always gonna estimate wrong. So I use these for all kinds of things. I use them for my almonds. So that's 8 almonds is 1 point. Peanuts, 1/4 ounce of peanuts is a point. And y'all, that may sound like that's not very much. It's that many peanuts. So it's not bad if you want just a little taste, or eat you some more, get you a couple of little bags and just count the points. But for me, it's all about being able to quantify what I eat, because when I start eating peanuts, y'all, it's on. So I just grab, 3 or 4 bags and know that it's 3 or 4 points, and I just eat my peanuts. Cheerios, fabulous snack. 1/2 cup of Cheerios is a point. Again, so these go in the big bag because that would be ridiculous in a little bitty bag. But yeah, this probably goes in the same category as popcorn. Maybe folks don't like them just plain, but one, you can put stuff on them and then just add count the points. Or yeah, just eat them plain because 1/2 cup is 1 point. So to me, that's worth it. So anyway, think about a couple of things. Think about all of these fabulous snacks, and think about using little baggies to portion off your snacks. And then I keep on reusing these bags because ain't nothing wrong with this bag after I empty it out. So, because if you're thinking, oh, that's so wasteful. I mean, it kind of is, but it's really not. Because like I said, I just keep reusing the bags. Wheat Thins. These are is it 1/3 less fat? They're not, I don't know if they really count as low fat, but they're lower fat than regular Wheat Thins. These are 6 Wheat Thins for a point. So same. If I grabbed the box, I would go with my big old paw and just be eating Wheat Thins, and then later be like, oh, that was probably 2 points. No, little missy. Regardless of how many you ate, for me, I know that regardless of how many I ate, I'm always going to underestimate the points unless I quantify. So I pre-portion my sizes. Pretzel sticks are another great option. I don't have any, but they're I don't know, maybe 1 point for 10 pretzel sticks. And of course it depends on what kind of pretzels you get. But I think the plain old, just buy the big bag of them at the Walmart pretzel sticks, I want to say it's and the serving size is 30 pretzels. It's 3 points for 30 pretzels. It's something like that. So, but yeah, it's 10 pretzel sticks I almost said for $1. What just happened there? It's 10 of those regular pretzel sticks is 1 point. So same. They would be a great little snack in a baggie like this. And even if you want to so I do 1 point bags just because then I know whatever baggie I grab, it's a point. But if you want to do a 3 point almond bag, because that's how you roll with your almonds, do that. If you want to do 30 pretzels in a bag, do what works for you that will allow you to eat, not necessarily eat what you want to eat, but eat responsibly. If a 1 point bag is just going to make you frustrated and more hungry, make you 3 point bags. Whatever it is you need to do, portion your things that away, but just count your points. All right, let me get out of those snacky things because that's making me want to eat snacks. Let's talk about, y'all know, one of my very favorite things in the whole wide world is Greek yogurt. So you can do Greek yogurt with all the things. You can do it with fruit. I keep frozen fruit that I thaw and put in my Greek yogurt. I still do Greek yogurt with cocoa and a little bit of monk fruit. And I don't even go through the whole pre-mixing it and putting it in the fridge like I was doing for breakfast. I just mix it all up together in a bowl and eat it that way. So Greek yogurt is a great option for snacks. I also, y'all know this, I keep around the single serving size Greek yogurts. Now those have points, at least the ones that I buy do. I've been buying the Walmart ones because I just like them better than the Oikos ones, but I also still do the Oikos ones. But the Walmart ones, most of them, the ones that are 80 calories are 2 points each. Let's go back to when I accidentally bought ones that were 150 calories and lost my mind and fell out for a minute, but I'm over that. I'm better now. I don't have PTSD from that. Y'all stop it. But anyway, those are a great option. I love those for just to grab it in the morning with maybe a banana or something. Grab those, eat those, you're done. Nothing to measure, nothing to mix, nothing early in the morning. So those for me are a great option. And of course I have the buckets of non-fat plain Greek yogurt to mix with stuff and make with stuff. Also, cottage cheese is a great option. One of the felons is over there digging at the floor, licking it for no reason at all. Just thought I'd share that. Cottage cheese is a great option. You can get like 4%, 2% fat-free cottage cheese, mix it with fruit. I love cottage cheese with canned fruit. Not sure why I don't like it with frozen fruit. I don't know why. That's just me. But anyway, cottage cheese is a great option. And cottage cheese, you can also get the little single serving size containers of cottage cheese. So like if you work in an office or like you're not at home to get cottage cheese out of your big bucket, just go with the single serving size. But again, check the calories on those because you can get those with just the plain old like 2%, but I'm not sure about that. So check those. What else? Oh, regular cheese. Cheese sticks. Fabulous. Low-fat cheese sticks with an apple or like some other kind of fruit or veg. Fabulous snack. Usually, low-fat cheese sticks are 1 point, or you can get those little, is it Bonnie Bell? No, Baby. I just went all 80s lip gloss for a second and said Bonnie Bell. Baby Bell. The Baby Bell cheeses are like 2 or 3 points depending on the one that you get. And that's kind of a lot of cheese. So you look at those, check out cheese sticks. And again, they're pre-portioned for you so that there's not the risk of you cutting off like a big old wedge of cheese and being like, oh, that's only an ounce. Probably not. Applesauce, of course, is a great option. You got to get the no sugar added applesauce. I say it every time because the regular applesauce looks just the same. And I'm not going to say I've done it. Okay, I've done it. But y'all, it is so easy to accidentally grab that regular applesauce and eat a bunch of points that you don't need to be eating. So check and make sure that your applesauce says no sugar added. What else? Oh, edamame and pickles, great. I think I said, did I say earlier that I'm going to start eating more pickles? Pickles are a great snack option. They're delicious and they're 0 points. And remember at Christmas, I found those little like cups of little bitty pickles. So cute. So again, if you don't work from home like I do, if you're in an office or you're somewhere where you don't have a full-size fridge available, you can have those little cups of pickles. All right, I have just a couple more things because I know this is getting long and I can hear the intern rattling around in the back. So he's going to come busting out here any second now. Meat. Y'all, meat makes a great snack. So we talked about meatballs. You can do imitation crab meat. Meat in a can. I know it sounds crazy, but I love me some meat in a can. Y'all know I love chicken in a can, tuna in a can, and I know you're like, okay, Danielle, that's great when I'm sitting at my desk. I don't have a can opener that I can just whip out. Well, smarty patardies. Meat in a can also comes in packages. So you can, of course you can do, there goes the intern right there. Did y'all see him? He just came up and scared me to death. You can do chicken, little packets of chicken. You can do tuna. You can do, they make little packets of pulled pork. Not sure that's a good idea. But salmon, there are lots of different kinds of fish things you can buy in a packet. Y'all hang on just a second. Sorry about that, and I forgot where I was. So packets, like meat in a packet, it's a great option. And they're kind of small. I think they're like 2 ounces. So that really is a snack size serving of meat versus those like big old cans of chicken that I buy and eat with my salad. So meat in either a can or a packet are great options for snacks, or like imitation crab meat, meatballs, leftover meat from dinner last night. Throw you some chicken strips like chicken tenders or just chicken strips in the air fryer. Keep those in the fridge for snacking on. Y'all, there are all kinds of options for meat snacks, and it's protein. So it's gonna level out your blood sugar, fill you up, and keep you going until it's actual mealtime. All right, I think that's my whole thing. I mentioned ranch dip. I keep my 0 point ranch dip around all the time. Like I will be like getting the last little bit out of the bottom of the bowl and making up another bowl of it because I use it so often on so many things. And all it is non-fat plain Greek yogurt with that powdered ranch seasoning, and then I put in a little bit of like garlic powder or onion powder or something to cut the sweetness, and a little bit of salt, and that's it. And I use it to like dip my tortilla chips in. I use it, and for that I do like dip in tortilla chips and then do like a whole bunch of salsa. So it's like a little bit of tortilla chip, a bunch of fat-free ranch dip, and a bunch of salsa, which that's another one. Get you some 0-point salsa. But so that's really filling for not a whole lot of points. I do my veg dipped in the ranch dip. I do ranch dip in place of mayo on just about everything. I use ranch dip, like when I make a tuna salad, I use ranch dip in that, in my chicken salad, in deviled eggs, everything. Pretty much anywhere I would use mayo, I use my fat-free ranch dip instead. And it's a little bit different. I mean, obviously it's not the same as mayonnaise, but I got used to it really quickly, and it knocks out like a point here and a point there, and those points add up very quickly. So fat-free ranch dip, and then my final, y'all, I am at odds and ends on this one, Built bars. I love Built bars. I hoard Built bars. I still have a bunch of the flavors around, but here's me a Built bar. Here's the problem. You can buy them in a lot of big box stores right now, but there are no Built bar flavors that you can get online at built.com, like at the where you can buy them online. You can't buy any of the bars online right now. So Built bar has bars, and then they have their puffs. And the puffs, like the bars, most of the bars are 3 points. The puffs, I think, are 4 points. And they're not bad. I don't mind the puffs at all. They're just a little like marshmallowy, where, I mean, and the bars are probably weird. Like, they have this like thick, chewy consistency to them, and they're made with real chocolate. So I guess I've just gotten used to Built bars over the years, but I'm very concerned. And I keep seeing stuff coming out from Built saying, oh, we're not getting rid of our Built bars. We're just having trouble keeping them in stock because we're selling them in brick and mortar stores and blase, blase. I don't know if I believe them at all, because they are out of stock so they went down to just a few flavors online, and now everything, like all of the bars are out of stock, and many of the puffs are out of stock. So I'm very worried that my Built bars are going out of business. So I'm trying to like some other protein bars. But, so that's my last, because I knew I was going to get all about it, so that's why I saved it for last. But yeah, that's my last snack, is protein bars. And y'all, I know we try not to eat a bunch of processed crap, and I know that protein bars tend to be like more processed than what we like to eat. So if you're not a protein bar fan, I get it, I respect that, but I keep them around because they're filling, they're high in protein, and they're low in points. And they're easy. They're just so easy to grab one and just eat it when you're in a hurry. So, protein bars. So, I got to run. I have a class to teach, but then I'm going to come back, and I'm pretty sure I know what we're going to do. So, let me go do that, and I'll come back and we'll do something. But I am done working for the day. So, y'all, let's do a couple things. Did I mention brownies when I was talking about bite-sized food? Because I make a 1-point bite-sized brownie that will make you want to slap your mama, and I'm out of them. And I was like, I'm not going to make them with the people because we've done it 100 times. But then I remembered that more than one person has commented that, like, I say things that you already know, but just like hearing me say it kind of reminds you to do it, and like kind of helps you get back on your game. So let's make it, I tell you what, let's just put the brownies together, and then I want to do what I really want to do, which is I got some protein bars that are not Built bars. So I got this Ready Clean protein bar from the Walmart, and I got Quest bars. And the Quest bars I got are cookies and cream flavor. And these, I think, these are either 3 or 4 points. Now this one is 5 points, but it's significantly less expensive. So this one, hang on, let me look. Hang on, give me 1 second. Okay, so the Quest bar is $8.88 for 4 2.12 ounce bars. What does that even look like? Hang on. Let's bust into this thing. All right. So it's that big of a bar. $8 for 4 of these. And the clean one is 5 points. $5.72 for 5 bars. And these are 200 calories. These are 190 calories with blah blah other stuff. 8 grams of total fat, 10 milligrams cholesterol, 290 milligrams of sodium, which is 13% of your RDA. This one is 7 grams fat, so a little bit less fat. 5 milligrams of cholesterol, 160 milligrams of sodium for 7% of your RDA. So, all right, so let's put the brownies together first, and then we'll taste test some. We'll do one of these, and then, you know what? Then I'll cut up because I know what the Built Bars taste like, but I'll cut the Built Bar and the Built Bar Puff, so you can at least like see what they look like. So, first let's make brownies. Y'all, these are so simple. I know we've done it a bunch of times. So here's all you do. Start with 3 eggs. Dump those in. Remember when chocolate used to be the expensive part of a chocolate recipe? I know. All right, so 3 eggs, 1/3 of a cup of unsweet applesauce. Make sure it says no sugar added or unsweet. Teaspoon of vanilla. 1/4 teaspoon salt. 1/4 teaspoon baking soda. Half a cup of sugar and half a cup of Splenda. Now I usually use coconut palm sugar, but I don't have any. And points wise, there's no difference between that and regular sugar. I just usually use that one because it's less processed, but I'm just gonna use regular sugar today. So I'm gonna go ahead and start whirring this up. Oh, before I do that, the chocolate, the cocoa I'm gonna use, it's just plain old unsweet cocoa powder. Y'all remember last week I bought the cocoa powder, like the Walmart brand one? That's what this is. The container it comes in is super chintzy and like paper. And I was like, that's gonna bust open and get chocolate all over my house. So I just dumped it straight into here. I've been using this for my oatmeal, for my yogurt. I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I will mix this with some monk fruit sweetener, a little bit of almond milk, put it in the microwave oven, heat it up and like dip an apple or a banana in it. It's good. Like I don't notice a difference between this and the Hershey's cocoa, and it's literally like half the price. So I'm gonna call this a win. And my other update, remember I made those egg breakfast sandwiches and the egg was just the wrong shape for the English muffin? I got me these to make my eggs in the oven. You're supposed to make, they call them like muffin tops. You know how like people like just the top of the muffin, not the bottom of the muffin? So you can make your muffins in these so they're all like muffin top size. Well, I'm gonna use these to make my eggs so that they're English muffin size. So, all right, those are my 2 updates. Anyway, so the chocolate is good. So I'm gonna go ahead and start whirring this up. And while it's going, I'm gonna add, so my half a cup of sugar's in there. I'm gonna add half a cup of my monk fruit Splenda, 1/4 of a cup of my Walmart cocoa powder, and 3/4 of a cup of all-purpose flour. And I'm not gonna pick up that flour because I'm wearing a black shirt, but there is 0% chance I don't get flour all over my black shirt. So y'all watch for that. So I'm gonna whir this and I'll be back when it's done. That's that. So now I'm gonna scoop those out into 1 tablespoon size servings into those like bite-sized, those little mini muffin tins. What am I trying to say? Bake them at 350 for about 18 minutes, and y'all do not overcook these because they will dry out. So about 18 minutes and then they're done, 1 point each. So I'm gonna do that, and let's go ahead and try these protein bars and get out of here. So let's try the, so here's my thoughts. I'm looking for something to tide me over just in case Built Bars don't come back around for a while. And then if Built Bar really does like go the way of the dodo bird, then we'll do like a legit get down into it protein bar taste test, because there are a few others that I want to try. I've heard that Costco has one that's good, but y'all, you got to buy the big old like tub of them. So I'm not there yet. I'm not ready to make that commitment, but I'm okay with 9 random protein bars from the Walmart. So let's do this. Hang on, let me grab those Built Bars. Let me show you these first. So this is the cookies and cream. Oh, these are both cookies and cream. This is a cookies and cream Built Bar. It looks just like a chocolate candy bar. Now I'm gonna cut it open and show you the kind of weird Built Barness that it has on the inside. See, that's the inside. Can y'all see that? It's kind of like dark and chewy, and I like them a lot, but they are definitely like, they have a thing to them. So that's the Built Bar. Now the puffs, are puffy. This, oh, these are good ones. This is a, see, they're not as like dense. They're still a little chewy, but they're just not as dense. They're a little more marshmallowy. But they're definitely still chewy. All right, let's bust into this. Let's start with this clean thing. Now again, this is 5 points. It's 15 grams of protein, 7 grams of fiber, and 6.5 grams of whole grains. Chocolate peanut butter flavored. Oh, that's cute. Look, it's kind of like, what am I trying to say? Rice Krispie treat-ish. So I'm not gonna like bite, look, it's got chocolate on the bottom. I'm not gonna bite into this thing because I don't want to get chocolate in my teeth. It's crackly. It's good. It is the literal opposite of a Built Bar. It's very airy, very crackly, sweet but not very sweet. Getting peanut butter, not much chocolate. I shouldn't have eaten that minty Built Bar before I ate this thing. It has kind of a caramelly feel to the chewiness. That's good. I know about 5 points, but it's good. Let's try the Quest bar. This one is 4 points. It is 21 grams of protein, 4 grams of net carbs, 1 gram sugar. It is cookies and cream flavor. These are both pretty big. Ooh, y'all, look at this. That's a big old bar of interesting looking. It's very dense. Can you see that? It is not airy like that thing was. It's very dense and kind of like raw cookie dough-ish feeling. I'm a little bit excited by that. And look, it's got something in it that's trying to be like the cream inside of an Oreo. Okay, so this is Oreo flavor. It's dense and chewy, but it crumbles in your mouth when you're chewing it. Not like a Built Bar. A Built Bar is dense and chewy and it's kind of sticky when you chew it, sticks in your teeth. This does not. It kind of crumbles up as you're chewing it. So Maybe a little dry. I don't mind it at all though. I said Oreo flavor, it's cookies and cream. It's good, I don't mind it. It's a little, the texture is a little bit putty-ish, but not in a bad, I know that sounds crazy, like it's putty-ish, but not in a bad way. It is putty-ish, but not in a bad way. It's not, yeah, it's chewy, but not sticky. It's a little like all the things I just said, a little putty-ish. This one is sweet and crackly. Now, of course, I only got one flavor of each of these, so I don't know if all clean bars are like this and all Quest bars are like this, but for these two, I kind of like them. I think 4 points for this is okay. It's dense, so it seems like it would be a little filling, like a nice snack. I don't know how filling this is going to be for 5 points, but maybe with like an apple or a banana or something, and that would pair nicely with an apple or a banana or something. So if you were gonna do these, and I feel like these are much more reasonably priced. So get you a box of those, get you a few apples, or maybe like put an egg or something, no, maybe not an egg. A few apples, a banana, or put something like that with it. That would be a great snack. And it's 5 points, which is a little bit steep, but if you offset it with the apple and it's very filling and it's tasty, I think that's okay. So I would say both of these protein bars for our first foray into the finding something so that we don't get our hearts broken by Built Bar breaking up with us. I think that was a successful foray into the world of protein bars. I'm gonna go with that for now, y'all. Let us know in the comments. Do you eat protein bars? And if so, what are your favorites? Because I truly have a feeling that Built Bar is about to leave me. So let us know in the comments. What are your favorite? Do you have favorite protein bars? What are your favorites? And what do you keep around for snacks? Let us know in the comments. Y'all, thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you made it this far, we are most definitely friends. So go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so you can keep up with the shenanigans. I upload food and fitness videos at the beginning of every week with some book videos sprinkled in between. See you on the next one.